The stage is set for Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans, where two teams are poised to add another Lombardi Trophy to their collection on the final day of the NFL season. On one side, a team is chasing history, aiming to become the first franchise ever to three-peat in the Super Bowl era. On the other, a franchise is ready to crash a half-decade-long dynasty and ignite a new era of glory for their loyal ride-or-die fan base. It's red versus green, Midwest versus East Coast, the city of fountains versus the city of brotherly love. It's the Chiefs versus the Eagles. Before booking their flight to New Orleans, the Eagles had to take care of business against their division rival, the Washington Commanders, in a showdown in South Philly. The Eagles showed why they remain the kings of the NFC with a dominant 55-23 victory. The backfield duo of Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley delivered phenomenal performances. Barkley turned on the Jets every time he touched the ball, rushing for 118 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a 60-yard touchdown run in the first quarter to set the tone. Hurts also scored 3 rushing touchdowns, with the tush-push play proving unstoppable in red zone situations. Hurts went 20 of 28 for 246 passing yards, adding a touchdown pass to A.J. Brown, who led the team with 96 receiving yards on 6 catches. On the other side, rookie QB Jayden Daniels struggled with big game jitters, completing 29 of 48 passes for 255 yards, 1 touchdown, and an interception. Despite the Commanders' Cinderella postseason run, their storybook season came to an end as the Eagles overwhelmed head coach Dan Quinn's squad. Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni now sets his sights on redemption, looking to erase the sting of their 2022 Super Bowl loss to Kansas City and this highly anticipated rematch in the Big Easy. As Eagles fans chant "Fly, Eagles, fly," it was down Commanders down on this decisive night. On the AFC side, familiar foes met again in this year's AFC title game as the Bills, still searching for their first taste of Super Bowl glory, fell short to the Chiefs 32-29 at Arrowhead Stadium. Patrick Mahomes delivered another clutch performance, completing 18 of 26 passes for 245 yards and a touchdown. Kansas City's youth movement stole the spotlight, with rookie wide receiver Xavier Worthy having the game of his life in the Chiefs' quest to three-peat. The standout from Texas recorded 85 receiving yards on 6 catches, including a crucial touchdown in the second quarter, making him the leading man in the passing game. Despite Josh Allen's valiant effort going 22 of 34 for 237 yards with 2 passing touchdowns, it wasn't enough to secure a Super Bowl berth for the 7th-year pro. Running back James Cook, who led the league in rushing touchdowns, added 2 scores of his own on 85 yards with 13 carries. Allen tied the game in the fourth quarter with a touchdown pass to Curtis Samuel, but the Chiefs had the final say. Harrison Butker sealed the win for Kansas City with a 35-yard field goal, sending the Chiefs to yet another Super Bowl. This time, they're heading to the big game with interest. Throughout their franchise histories, the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs have faced off a total of 11 times, including Super Bowl 57. Kansas City holds a slight edge in the all-time series at 6-5, but the Eagles aim to even the score with an upset win. The game will take place indoors at the world-famous Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, ensuring weather won't be a factor. Heading into Super Bowl Sunday, the Eagles boast the second most rushing yards as a team this postseason, averaging 227.7 yards per game, and lead the league in forced turnovers with 10. Philadelphia has leaned heavily on their star addition, Saquon Barkley, who has rushed for 324 yards, more than any player in the postseason. On defense, Reed Blankenship has been a standout, recording 17 tackles, the second most in the playoffs. With a dominant ground game and a formidable defense, the Eagles look to rely on their system and strengths to bring home the Lombardi Trophy. Kansas City is on the verge of making NFL history, aiming to become the first team to win 3 consecutive Super Bowl titles. This quest has been a focus for head coach Andy Reid since the start of training camp. Sticking to the formula that secured their first 2 championships, the Kansas City Chiefs have solidified themselves not just as the NFL's team of the decade, but as one of the most dominant forces in professional sports. As the Chiefs dynasty continues to grow, so does the pressure to maintain their dominance. Tom Brady, a quarterback who defined dynastic success, will be in the broadcast booth for this matchup, symbolically passing the torch to Patrick Mahomes as the league's new face and a dynasty builder in his own right. While Kansas City enters the game as the favorite to win, they are also one of the league's least favored teams to root for. giving the Eagles even more motivation to spoil their quest for football immortality. With the matchup in New Orleans set for February 9th, my prediction for the winner can only be expressed in song.